Hello from the Appalachian Trail. This is day 11. This is my first full day in North Carolina. And last night was the coldest night by far. Got down to 5 degrees. I put everything on, all my layers, and I was plenty warm enough. Woke up a couple of times because it was kind of windy, but I was warm. Kind of surprising. Didn't even have my gloves on. So I think my shelter passed the single-digit test, which I was kind of worried about that. But looks like I'll be okay. All I have to do is keep my down stuff dry. As long as I keep it dry, I'll be okay. So this is it's lunchtime for me, and this is the shelter. This is Muskrat Shelter, kind of typical on the AT. This one was right off the trail. There's water, a little stream right down there. So it was a no-brainer to stop in here. Would have been nice if I was sitting in the sun, but there's a picnic table that's sheltered in there. I don't know if you can see that or not. But this is where most people go to sleep on the Appalachian Trail. And these things are owned by mice. So I stay away from them as much as possible. I do lunch once in a while when it's convenient, when they're close to the trail. But I would never sleep in one of these things. Unless I had to, severe thunderstorm or something, but I would not want to, I would not choose to stay in one of these things. Some of these things have balconies and they can sleep a lot of people. This is a basic one. Looks like it sleeps about 6 or 7. Guys ahead of me slept here last night. Like I said, most people like to sleep in these things. They prefer to stay, as you can see in there, maybe you can see the blue tarp. Most of these have a tarp that you can hang to keep the wind out. Or you can just get a tarp like mine and sleep in a hammock to keep the wind out. So last night was really cold, 5 degrees. It's about 20 right now, maybe 25. So still kind of chilly, but there's no wind. Kind of surprising, but kind of blue skies, maybe partly cloudy. I'm expecting the temperatures to get warmer, so for the next maybe 5 days. So that'll be nice. It'll be a nice change. So tonight will not be as cold, and I guess not as windy. Of course, that all depends where you camp out. So I just had my tuna fish. This time I put the tuna fish in my pocket before I left camp, so it was nice. It was not crunchy. It was nice and thawed out. I'm still sleeping with my battery bank. Still sleeping with my fuel in my pocket and water. So what I've done is I fill up a 1-liter bottle and I put it in my dry bag so that in case it does leak, I don't see how it would leak, but if it does leak and it's not protected, then your down gets wet, you're in big trouble. So I put it in actually 2 dry bags. So I have 2 dry bags, one for my top quilt, one for my bottom quilt, underquilt. So I double bag it. I stick it in there, and actually before I went to bed, the water was getting kind of crunchy, so I boiled an extra cup of water, and I don't really boil it, I just get it warm, and I poured it back into the water bottle and melted all the ice, and that way when I get it in my bag, it's already kind of warm, so it's not that bad. And then when I woke up this morning with it, it was warm enough for me to chug, so that's what I'm going to do on these cold nights. And yeah, I haven't even, let's see, I think I'm about mile 80. So my feet are fine, my knees are fine. That's the surprising part of my knees and my ankles, but they all feel good right now. I am going to stay on my 8-mile schedule. I did actually 9 miles yesterday just to cross into North Carolina at Bly Gap. Found a nice campground there. I got a good picture of it. But I still plan on taking 5 days. to get into Franklin, and I will take a 0 in Franklin. So I'm going to take a couple more, maybe some extra zeros just to rest, because that hostel that I stayed at, didn't really like the hostel, but the rest was great. So I feel really good about taking a day off in Franklin. So that's my next day off. Between here and there is probably another 30 something miles. So everything's going good. Hi Yobo, I miss you.